Hey people, welcome to the channel, and I got a fun video talking about pocket knives. What is the best pocket knife for you? Which one works best for you given your needs that you may have for a pocket knife? Which one reflects your taste, your personality better? Which one is the pocket knife that you're just happy with? That's it, period. You don't have to go with anything that you don't want to. And fortunately for all of us, there is plenty of options out there. Guys, as always, if you want to learn more about stuff like this regarding survival and preparedness, you have my books in the Amazon links there below, Survival Skills and Surviving the Economic Collapse. I cover quite a bit of EDC stuff in Survival Skills, a bunch, there's actually chapters dedicated to EDC and so on. So yeah, if you want to learn more about these things, there you go. And I'll also leave links for some things in Amazon. If you want to go buy something from Amazon, it does not change your price one bit, and it does help out here with the channel. When you think survival and preparedness, probably this is what comes to mind. The Boy Scout, you know, the scout ready for everything with his pocket knife. You think MacGyver that saved the world a number of times with his mighty Victorinox Swiss Army knife, right? This is the kind of thing that in your childhood probably you were thinking of adventure. I mean, how many people, how many adults grew up watching MacGyver with his Victorinox knife, right? Yeah, that is a very valid option. A Victorinox is a very decent pocket knife. There's no single hand opening, there's no clip, there's no lock even, but it is a very decent, nice little blade. It is sharp, it is very high quality. You have a bunch of other tools that come in handy very often. You really can do a lot worse than just having a Victorinox in your pocket. These are fantastic. That's why most of us have a number of them. Now, we don't use them all the time. I've carried my Victorinox now and then. Quickly I moved towards locking blades. You know, some of the knives I ended up getting later in life. A Victorinox model that locked, then stuff like this, like your soldier model. You're still in the Victorinox vibe very much, but you're looking at a one-handed opening locking blade. But if someone is happy with this, oh, Fernando, I've been carrying my Victorinox Spartan for over 150 years, and I've never needed anything else. Dude, congratulations. I mean, that's awesome. Fantastic. You don't need anything else if you're happy with that. Now, it is the case that, especially once you get a little bit more, I don't know, experience maybe, you end up appreciating this. You end up appreciating the locking mechanism, right? Now, I got my kid, my youngest son, I got him a Victorinox that doesn't lock, and it is very much like that. And for tiny little hands, it's really not really as convenient, but there are lessons that you will learn in terms of what you should be doing or not with a knife. So I think that is, I kind of struggle with that. Sometimes I think, you know what, he would have been better served with this. It is easier to open, for sure. It is safer in the locking blade, but there's going to be a bunch of people out there that will swear by their Swiss Army knife. I carry this every single day. It does everything I need. I don't need anything else. I don't need anything else. If I need to defend myself, I have my Glock or I have my gun or whatever. I don't need this for defense. I need it for what I use it. And the blade just works very well. I don't need this thing to lock because I know how to use it. I just cut in the same direction, and I don't mess with it. I don't pry with it. If I have to pry with it, I actually have better suited tools in my Victorinox itself. I pry with this. I pry with this, and I cut with this. And I slay all of the sandwiches and peanut butter sandwiches that I need with this just fine. And I cut some ham or cured meat or whatnot with this thing. I'm okay. If you want to have something a little bit more sturdier, there's other options for traditional pocket knife. And this is going to have that more traditional vibe. You have wood, you have brass, but you also have a very decent sized blade that is super pointy. A very narrow, mean, pointy clip tip there, right? This does not look tactical or badass or cool, but trust me, once you open this thing, which locks very firmly, and you have a decent grip on this thing, and it's very pointy, as traditional as this may seem, This is a very capable knife if you end up using it to defend yourself. But it hasn't got that stigma. It hasn't got that vibe, oh, he has a tactical folder. Well, no, I have a pocket knife. That's what I have. I have a pocket knife, a Spanish pocket knife that my grandpa brought from Spain. And actually, that's the real story, right? I only need a sandwich knife, man. I don't need, I mean, the Victorinox is nice. I don't even need the soldier Victorinox or my grandpa's hunting folder, right? No. I just need something to prepare sandwiches. And the epitome of sandwich preparing picnic knife is the Opinel. Wood, nail, clippy thing there. You open it like so, and there you go. There you go. It does lock though. If you rotate this right there, it locks into place and locks rather firmly, by the way. Guess what? This is a picnic knife, but if you get freaking stabbed with it, it's not going to be fun. It is a narrow blade. It is fairly narrow, but it is pointy. It is somewhat large. And all of a sudden, my picnic knife is a lot more useful if I need to defend myself than my Boy Scout knife, right? See what I mean there? So you have different aesthetics and different looks and different traditional appeals. That does not mean that a knife does not have certain capabilities. Again, you're talking about a classic sandwichy picnic knife like this one. Opinel, made in France. Get the stainless steel version. Stay the hell away from the carbon steel one, especially with the wood on steel contact that you have there. And of course, then you have your more modern knives and stuff like your ZTs, and more of the tactical high-end kind, or the more tactical budgety friendly sort of CRKT knife. These will usually have your folder with a clip and one-handed opening system. These usually will have more of the tactical military appeal to them, or mil-spec kind of thing to them. In fact, the one I carry as my EDC knife lately, it's this one. This is a CRKT model whoa, there you go. M16 model law enforcement, right? Okay. That thing to focus there. There you go. M16 law enforcement model. All right. That's awesome. It's affordable. It's cheap. If I lose it, it's not the end of the world. I'm going to be fine. I don't need to lose my CRKT. I mean, I do carry them every once in a while, a lot less lately, especially because I almost lost this one over here and freaked out because it's super expensive and not easy to get anymore. But you have your... Now, it does not mean that you cannot go with a modern folder that has more of a non-mil-spec tactical appeal. Spyderco in general will have some models that are, usually used by firemen. I mean, they're used a lot by military guys and law enforcement for sure, the Spyderco. But if you go with a certain blade geometry that doesn't look all that pointy or mean, and you go with a nice bright color in the handle, you can kind of get away with it a little bit more. Now, at the same time, it is a decent folder. It's a strong single hand locking blade, and you can use it for defense. No question whatsoever about that. This is going to be a super viable folding knife for self-defense. But I don't know why it is. I feel it has less of a aggressive nature or appeal or aesthetic than, let's say, your cold steel knives, right? Even when, and this is more about like the brand, the way in which the brand is associated. Cold steel is usually associated with tactical gun guy, Even when you have a blade like this, that's more utilitarian the way I see it. The tanto tip is strong, but it's not the first pick for anyone that wants to have a ton of immediate penetration. I mean, this old-timey folder will have a tip that penetrates a lot better than this thing. And this is my grandfather's knife, So even with a modern blade, you can go more utilitarian, but the association of the brand itself maybe that's something you want to consider too. If I want to go super low-key, non-aggressive, I would probably go with a bright colored Spyderco of some kind. Still will lock into place. You can still use it to defend yourself and whatnot, but it doesn't have that kind of look to it. Some of the high-end, like this one, this ZT0452 model, high-end folder, right? Very nice. Carbon fiber, titanium, high-end steel, nice design by a known designer in the blade community, but it is still a freaking long pointy blade. You can use this to defend yourself quite nicely. But what I'm going at here is, guys, you have a world of options. Don't let anyone tell you what you need to carry with you. Find what works best for you. Also, whenever you have any knife at all, you're already going to be in a much better position than anyone. And for a long time, this one I actually have here, this is a knife that was with me for so many years. It did everything I needed and then some. It was a knife for fun, for stuff, for cutting things that needed to be cut. Look how worn that blade is. Look how worn that thing is. Compare it with this other one, right? Look at the amount of wear that thing has. That's because I use it a lot. I use it a lot for many years. And I never felt that, oh my God, I really need this to be a soldier instead. No. So yes, whatever you're happy with, is as long as you have a knife with you, you're going to be good. I guess the lesson here is, have a knife. Find something that works for you, but have a pocket knife of some kind. You want to go more tactical-ish, you want to go a little bit more militaristic or more modern, or stay more in a classic. Not only do you have something that will work for you, you have quality, affordable options all over the place, all right? So I'll leave some of these there below in the description of the video if you want to pick some of these up. And yeah, see you on our next video. Have an awesome day. Take care.